I wish I had a power hammer. We're on our way to pick up a power hammer.
Power hammer!
This is Sam.
Hi Sam.
He's helping. It's gonna be awesome! I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film us actually loading the thing on, because I don't know if the guy when we get there is gonna want to be on video. I'd imagine probably not. So you'll probably see this, and then you'll probably see a power hammer on a trailer. So say something witty.
Something witty.
That was not. I can only apologise.
I'm used to it.
Just gonna keep filming it.
I don't know. I'm used to being filmed.
Kinky.
People follow me around all the time.
Local celebrity.
Pretty much.
Well, we're all knackered, but we've got it halfway. This is going to be the tricky bit. It's on! We have a power hammer! Thoughts, Sam?
It's awesome.
It's awesome. You can kind of just about see it perched on the trailer at the back there, but I'll give you a proper rundown once we get it back, because this is going to be played with today. I am not mucking around. Right, we've got the thing back to the garage. Now it's just a case of trying to offload the thing. This will be interesting. Well, it's a couple of days later since the last video you saw of us getting it in place. Here it is in all its majesty. So this is Thora Thump. She is an overhead assisted helve hammer. She's an absolute beast. The basic premise is you push this lever here, which as you can see is connected to a spring. That tightens the engine, which is on a slight bracket, and you can see it takes the slack out of the belt, which acts as a clutch. The wheel at the back spins, it turns the crank up here, which acts as a lever, and that delivers the hammer blow. I've currently got a swage block in there, but yeah, this thing is seriously heavy. So that's the general overview of the mechanics of the system. In regards to the electrics, however, this is where the horror story begins. So when I had the Sparky over, I had him put in a specific separate breaker. You can see that it's marked weld socket. So that has a 40 amp breaker in it. He used additional thickness wire, surplus to requirement, to power this individual socket down here, specifically for this power hammer. The idea is there's a single to 3-phase converter, which plugs into the main 3-pin socket over on the wall there. That then clips into a commando plug, which is attached to the end of the power hammer there. That runs up via an armoured cable to the on-off switch, which runs down and powers the motor. Now, the issue is, when you plug in the phase converter and turn it on, it blows the whole system. I say blows, that's a bit of a strong word, but basically, if you know anything about electrics, it flips the RCB, not the individual socket. So basically, it's cutting power to the entire building, not just this plug. What the Sparky then suggested was he spoke to a friend of his who specialised in sort of electric motors and things. Apparently these things are a technical nightmare. I mean, looking inside, I wouldn't have a clue where to start. But apparently what it does is it causes, not a surge, but basically the current is constantly sort of wavering. You know, you get your peaks and your troughs, as it were. So potentially when you're first turning it on, because the excess power has to go somewhere, it's basically just messing with the system and causing it to trip. In layman's terms, what it basically means is this modern setup doesn't like this old-fashioned system. We have to do away with it, basically, which means that the 3-phase motor over there is also probably going to have to be done away with. Now, hopefully, I can sell this thing, which would cover the cost of a new motor. So I'm currently speaking to some guys who specialise in electric motors to see if I can get, instead of a 3-phase, I can swap this to a single-phase and just run it straight to the 3-pin, rendering all of this surplus to requirement. But yeah, unfortunately, it means that Thora is going to be taking a little break from thumping for a while until I can get that sorted. Well, bizarrely, I thought I'd try taking this thing into the house to see if it would work with an older circuit, and it turned straight on. So I thought I'd quickly run outside and try it here again. Maybe it just needed a bit of a start-up, and suddenly it's running off the same socket with no further use. So, yeah, you're literally going to see me plug in the power and see if the hammer works, because I haven't got a clue if this is going to do anything. Alright, this is the first time this thing will be running, if it runs. I've got no clue if this is going to work or not. But I dare not turn this thing off in case I can't start it again. Right. Let's give this thing a go. Let's make sure nothing's going to get caught in the mechanics. Turn that on. Well, I'll be damned. Oh, that's awesome. Well, Thora Thump thumps again. Right, let's give this thing a proper test. That's awesome. Check that out. I love it. Well, it's the following morning, and my concern is that having now left the phase converter to stand overnight, whether or not it's going to turn back on, or whether every time I want to use this power hammer, I'm going to have to take it into the house first. Let's give it a try and just hope it doesn't blow everything again. That's reassuring. I think we're good to go. Just needed a bit of a jump start. So you may have noticed that Thora needs a bit of work. She's already been a stubborn cow and she needs knocking into shape, basically. At some point I need to properly try and grind off all that horrible green paint and probably go over with a nice fresh paint coat. I'll also do things like drilling small holes in each of the box sections and filling them with sand in order to try and deaden some of the noise and add some additional weight to her, like she's not heavy enough. It's a work in progress. She's in pretty good working order at the moment. I've got to say I'm pretty impressed with her. This is going to be another little video series probably of giving her a bit of an MOT. Yeah, I hope you like. Tune in for the next bits and you'll see the work as it's done. Like, comment, subscribe. See you later. Bye!